Hello.
Then, now,
Showdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, and welcome to episode number 16 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We're here for ECW Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, and the road to SummerSlam on the extremely cool brand is taking shape. We learned last week that the entire future of the brand will be on the line. 7-on-7 elimination tag match, Team Heyman, who has no confirmed names as of yet, against Team Russo, which will consist of Warden, Austin Theory, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Matt Cardona, and Kyle Hawkins. The winning team, it becomes the permanent GM of ECW. Plus, tonight we've got a tag team championship match. Joman defend against the Paragon, Cesaro, and Dolph Ziggler. And, I'm sure we're going to hear more from Adam Cole and the other key players of the show. Without any more further ado, though, let's jump straight into tonight's show. Russo makes his way to the ring, all by himself, and he's got a shit-eating grin on his face. Says, ladies and gentlemen, die-hard fans of extremely cool wrestling, I can't help but notice we have a sold-out Target Center here tonight, bro. And, Minneapolis, you're clearly big fans of the extremely cool wrestling brand, and despite my tough guy demeanor, I have to say it does make me very happy that you support a quality wrestling program, bro. Which is why I came out here tonight to address my adoring fans and let them know that extremely cool wrestling is going nowhere, bro. This will remain the third brand here in WWE for as long as I want it to be, because Paul Lee accepted my challenge last week for a 7-on-7 elimination tag team clash to take place at SummerSlam in Glendale, Arizona, bro. Now, Heyman, he's not been around here for months, though. He doesn't know the absolute deep, strong connection I have made with this entire locker room, bro. So let me introduce you to the 7 men who will go to war, the 7 men who will save and be the heroes that they tell for the rest of wrestling history. The save the greatest brand known to man, extremely cool wrestling, bro. First, we have the hottest tag team on the block, bro. Kurt Hawkins, the internet champion, Matt Cardona. These 2 men have been by my side since day 1 that I've been here, bro. I'm sure you look at the likes of Kurt Hawkins and Matt Cardona in this lineup and you see them as weak links, but I say that is a joke, bro. We have a champion in our midst. Matt Cardona's there smiling, going, yeah, you're goddamn fucking right, we do. 2, in fact, but we'll get to that later. We also have the king of the deathmatch, the indie god, bro, the sports entertainment god. He's gonna fight for his life for extremely cool wrestling, bro. Then we have my guy, bro, the finished article, the future of professional wrestling. Screw it, the now. Austin Theory, bro, whose return here to the extremely cool wrestling has been sabotaged by egomaniacs like Jey Uso, and Warden sort of glares across at him like Jey Uso, bro. But fear not, nobody will be in his way after SummerSlam when he helps vanquish Paul Lee, bro. And then there's Solo Sikoa and the Tongans, bro. Solo has had my back ever since I came here, bro. The Tongans, they need me in power, bro. They're only around now to get me in power because I'm that important, bro. And Solo, you are my tribal chief, bro. I'll be your wise man if you want me to be your wise man, bro. Solo sort of just glares a hole at him. Solo goes, I'll join you, Vince. On one condition. you acknowledge me. Russo sort of shrugs and goes, of course I acknowledge you, Solo. You're the best member of your family, bro. You are my true tribal chief, bro, and it'll mean the world to me when you're by my side at SummerSlam, bro. And then he walks up to Warden. And last, but certainly not least, and Warden snatches the microphone off him. Let's make one thing perfectly clear. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this to keep Heyman and the rest of the bloodline out of my locker room. We haven't seen Jey Uso since King of the Ring, and that's because of me. Jimmy Uso, he's been lingering around here, and he better stay out of my way. And Solo, you seem to be branching out from your bloodline. Keep it that way, or else we're going to have problems too. And he hands the mic back to Russo. He goes, well, strong words from the former ECW champion, bro, but let's make one thing clear. This is the real dangerous alliance, bro, not whatever concoction Paul Lee's made at any point in his wrestling career. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I'm sure me, like every single one of you watching at home, see Vince Russo's lineup of incredible talents we've got in the ring. Now, Vince, you expect me to come out here and you expect me to run down the lineup of incredible talents you've got in the ring right now, but I'm not going to do that, Russo, because I'd be disingenuous if I said that the team you'd assemble to try and keep a hold of my brand wasn't a strong one. I mean, I'm not really sure what Kurt Hawkins is going to do, but the rest of them, hey, they're pretty good. And Kurt Hawkins is sort of trying to fight Heyman. Matt Cardona's holding him back. And Heyman goes, so, you've given me 7 days. 7 long, arduous days to think of who wants to be on my team. But first, I come at you with a little bit of bad news. You see, I read social media, I'm privy to the world around me, Russo. And the second Team Heyman was announced for SummerSlam, everybody across the world wanted my tribal chief to fight by my side at SummerSlam. But my tribal chief, he's still not answering my texts. He's still not answering my phone calls. And Solo just laughs and goes, that's because I'm the tribal chief now, Paul. You'll learn that the hard way at SummerSlam. And that sort of takes Heyman aback. So he sort of regains his composure. And he goes, so I arrived here tonight to see who back in the locker room really wanted to join my team. And I've got to say, one thing you said was very true, Russo. You have created a brainwashed army of zombies back there who are willing to obey your every word. I'm sure that's just the way you want it. I told you, bro. Everybody back there respects me. If they don't respect me, they ain't back there, bro. You can't find any 7 people back there who want to work with you, bro. And Heyman just laughs and goes, again, Russo. A broken clock is apparently right twice a day. Because there is nobody back in that locker room that either wants to or that I can trust to fight for me at SummerSlam. So I don't have any wrestlers back there on ECW who want to join me in this cause. Russo just laughs. Him and Austin Theory obnoxiously laugh together. Then Heyman goes, but you never said that my guys had to be in that locker room. Then we hear a murmuring from the crowd. Imagine the shot is well, there's 7 of them, so they all come from different corners. But one side of the arena, we see Kevin Owens walking out through the crowd. Then we see Sheamus and Rey Mysterio in another corner, the New Breed in another corner, Kyle O'Reilly in a 4th corner, and these 7 men descend on the ring, and they stand on the apron behind Heyman. And he goes, so, Mr. Russo, you may be an egomaniac, you may be on a power trip here to kill the legacy of ECW, but allow me to bestow upon you a bit of advice. your actions will always have consequences. And at SummerSlam, the consequences of your actions will be what takes you out of this industry forever. And then Heyman sort of leaves the ring. And then Kevin Owens, Kyle O'Reilly, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, Hook, and the Dudleys, they enter the ring. We get a big 7-on-7 brawl. And, Team Heyman send Russo's team packing. But yes, if it wasn't obvious, Team Heyman is the 7 guys that Russo fired. Owens, Kyle. It's really confusing. I was going to give them all a custom ECW background. I probably still will do that because seeing Kyle O'Reilly next to Matt Cardona and they both got the extremely cool wrestling background is kind of jarring. So yeah. But yeah, it's Kevin Owens, Hook, Kyle O'Reilly, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, and the Dudleys against Team Russo at SummerSlam. Our first match of the night is for the ECW Tag Team Championships. It is the Paragons, Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro against Joman. Joman last week, of course, defended against the Fritz brothers, or 2 weeks ago even. And now they're defending again. They're defending the belts a lot lately. A lot of fighting champions. You can't, if you can say anything about Joman, it's that they're fighting champions. And this match goes 9:47. And Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro do pick up the win by disqualification when Aleister Black appears and delivers a black mass to Dolph Ziggler. 88 for Braun Strowman, 72 for Joe Hendry, 85 for Cesaro, 76 for Dolph Ziggler. So yeah, they do win, but the championship's still on Joman. Aleister Black sending a message to the Paragon here tonight. After the match, the 3 members of the House of Black do fight. They attack Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro, and the Fritz brothers. I've just put Adam Cole here. Ignore that. He's the only member of the Paragon not out here. It's the Fritz brothers running out, Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler, and then they fight off with Aleister Black, Brody King, and Ciampa. Joman sort of just in the ring or at ringside, just watching the shit unfold. Being very expressive at ringside, like, hey, they've got nothing to do with us. They're fighting. But yeah, and House of Black probably do. As there's 4 members of the Paragon, so they probably would stand tall. But yeah, House of Black causing a disruption and a DQ finish in this Tag Team Championship match here tonight. So the Joman do retain the championships, but things between the Paragon and House of Black are escalating at high speeds. Then cut to the back. There we go. They've now got their ECW brand backgrounds. We see Team Heyman recruiting. Kevin Owens is firing everybody up. He goes, okay, guys, look, all of us around here, especially with Heyman, we've all had our differences in the past. Like, I don't like all of you. I'm sure most of you don't like me. But one thing we hate more than each other is Vince Russo and his running of this brand. So, for a few weeks, and then SummerSlam one night only, we can come together for the fate of this brand. And for God damn it, put him back in charge, as much as I may not want to do that. It's the lesser of 2 evils here. And Heyman goes, well, I'm flattered by those words, Kevin. And Kyle O'Reilly steps forward. He goes, my last match here, Solo Sikoa defeated me for my television championship, and I never got my rematch. Tonight, Heyman, if you have that kind of pull, I want that shot. I want that rematch. And Sheamus like, oh, that's great, fella, we can have your back. We can watch the gods back tonight to make sure that the rest of Russo's gang don't get involved. And then Kyle's like, Sheamus, I appreciate that, but I've got to do this by myself, prove that I'm better than Solo Sikoa. So there's a challenge made out. Tonight in the main event, could we see Kyle O'Reilly and Solo Sikoa for the television championship? Who knows? But yeah, things are getting serious here right now. 76 rated match. Ruby Riott was working this injured. She was my reliable choice to try and get something good out of Kelsey. But she was working hurt, but she probably still was a better choice because the other options I had were like Naomi, who I didn't want to lose, and Kushida, who I didn't want to lose. So yeah. But Kelsey Cook does pick up the win. She defeats Ruby Riott in 11:59 with that moonsault. 70 for Kelsey Cook, 72 for Ruby Riott. So yeah, another member of the House of Black picking up a win here tonight. And I remembered earlier on, I was like, Adam Cole is a member of the Paragon, not out there for that attack. That's technically not true because JC Jane also wasn't out there. It was just the Fritzes, Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler. But then after this match, Kelsey Cook is celebrating. That's when we see Adam Cole and JC Jane come to the ring. You know, JC's looking pissed off. Adam Cole gets into the ring. And he goes, whoa, don't go anywhere. No, she's not even trying to leave. You know, she wants to fight Adam Cole. It's Kelsey Cook. She's not scared of anyone. She goes, great win. You know, bravo. Bravo, Kels. Certainly got a bright future here. You know, at your young age already so great in that ring. But I can't help but notice you've fallen into the wrong crowd. You're hanging around with Alistair and his emo Hot Topic group when you should be hanging around with the Paragon and Adam Cole Baby. See, I'm already ECW champion. Something that your group's never been. And never will be. And I'll damn sure make sure they never will be. And then JC Jane takes a chair, like, from behind Kelsey Cook and, like, jams her in the back of the knees with it. And then Kelsey falls down to her knees and, like, JC Jane grabs her by the hair, like, holds her down, like, starts stomping on her. And then just, like, holds her in position, like, holding her head up, pulling her by her hair as Adam Cole takes the chair, takes a seat on it, and, like, starts speaking to Kelsey as JC Jane's holding her. And she goes, sorry, Kelsey, but, I guess you just had to be the sacrificial lamb here tonight. Because, earlier on tonight, your boys came out there during the Paragon's very important ECW Tag Team Championship match. We had a chance to bring championship gold even more to the Paragon. And we didn't end up doing that, Kelsey. You know why? That's right. Because your guys, they screwed it up. Quite frankly, these House of Black, I'm getting sick and tired of their games with the Paragon. Last week, dropping all that black goo on us. You know how much it costs to get a white suit fitted? Okay, JC's white dress, you know how much that costs to get that all repurposed? Of course you don't. Because you've got no concept of anything grand in life, because you're all a bunch of misfits hanging around with each other because no one else wants you and wants to see the side of you. Well, I think it's time to expose the real world of the House of Black. He sort of, like, takes a towel, starts rubbing off Kelsey Cook's face paint. And he goes, see, to everybody else, these paintings, these marks of makeup are what makes you so intimidating. But to Adam Cole Baby, I see the truth in those eyes. And those eyes are that you're just still a scared little girl hanging around with this group of misfits because you want to fit in. But it's okay. Because at SummerSlam you will all fit in. Because here is a message that you can give Aleister Black. I'm not intimidated by him. I'm the goddamn ECW World Champion. And if he wants to keep sending these messages to me, he knows where to find me. He knows where I'll be on August 17th. He knows I'll be in Glendale, Arizona. I know he'll be in Glendale, Arizona. And if he wants to come at the king, I'll crush his black throne. And then they sort of finally let Kelsey go and she flops to the floor. But yeah, there's the official challenge. Adam Cole challenging Aleister Black for the ECW Championship at SummerSlam. And, you know, wiping off the spooky makeup of Kelsey Cook in the process. We then cut backstage. Russo's pacing around, worried. And then Solo sort of puts his hand on his shoulder. And he goes, relax. I got this. He goes, bro, it's just what if Paul Lee, what if his squad's better than ours? Solo goes, he doesn't have the tribal chief on his side. You do. And don't worry, he's only going to have 6 guys after tonight, when I murder a god and put Kyle O'Reilly back in his place. Which about that, bro. Kyle O'Reilly told Paul Lee that he's going to go it alone tonight. So, we've had to come together and make an official ruling that no members of Team Russo or Team Heyman are allowed at ringside tonight. No members of our teams are allowed to get involved in that main event tonight. Solo goes, Kyle O'Reilly signed off on that. He's just written his own death wish. And then Tama Tonga Loa linger behind, like, yes, my tribal chief, you go get him. Karrion Kross promo. He's sitting in a dark room staring at himself in a mirror. You know, hair covering his eyes like a moody emo. And he goes, I finally tasted victory last week. As much as I may love this cold, depressing world, it felt good to finally feel good. But that moment was stolen from me by Apollo Crews with a C. He came out preaching gospel to me. He called me a sinner. Well, you're goddamn right I am. I didn't choose this path chose me. And if you want to think that you're some preach of the truth of justice, I'll prove to you what pure, unrivaled hatred can do to a man. So Apollo, you want to come in my face telling me what is and isn't right? I dare you to step in the ring with me next week. Maybe it will even be a little personal. So Karen Cross challenge to Apollo Crews for next week. 80 rated fucking hell. Mustafa Ali, he's looking to, you know, gain all your support on his quest to be, I guess, the president of ECW. And he said that everybody in that six-way, you know, was at fault, not him. And he starts tonight by beating one of the members in that match, that being Joe Gacy, with an 054 in 10 minutes, 11 seconds. 90 for Ali, 65 for Joe Gacy. And yeah, big win for Mustafa Ali, you know, on the track. Him and Cedric, they've sort of gone their separate ways, but they're still both dickheads. They're sort of preaching the same thing, but like on two different brands. So I guess in some strength they are still together, but like they're not a team anymore. We then come back to the medical room. Kelsey Cook getting checked out. You know, they're checking her for injuries after that attack, and she sort of just sits there moody on the bed. And Ashanti the Adonis, the God's Adonis Truth, walks in. And he goes, Kelsey. I couldn't help you. You caught my eye all the way from across the hall. And I just have to say, the God's Adonis Truth is, you know, you ain't got all that little makeup on your face. You're quite the cutie. And he sort of just glares across at him. Like, no expression, just glaring all over Ashanti. And he goes, hey, babe, you know, don't look at me like that, you know, you'll come around eventually. And then the three members of the House of Black appear in the frame, and they beat the fuck out of Ashanti the Adonis, throw him out of the room. And then Aleister Black turns to the camera, and he goes, Adam Cole, we're supposed to be the bad guys, but this is the length you resort to get to my attention. Just think about what I'll do to you at SummerSlam. We then get one of those pre-tape backstage sit-down interviews, officiated by Nigel McGuinness. It's Florence and Rhea Ripley. Nigel goes, ladies and gentlemen, at SummerSlam it will be the clash of two of the top stars here in WWE's Women's Division for the grandest women's prize in ECW, the ECW Women's Championship. We've got the champion, Florence, and the challenger, the former Liberty champion, Rhea Ripley. He goes, our first, you know, Rhea, you've got some things you want to get off your chest. And Rhea goes, I do, Nigel. She sort of like looks at Florence. She goes, it's nice to finally have this face to face. I've been keeping my eye on you for a long, long time now. Because a lot of people were saying you were the future of this women's division. And you sit here now, having won the Royal Rumble and being the world champion of this brand. They were clearly right. You managed to break through that true glass ceiling that a lot of women hit their head on. Obviously not me, but you're now a made woman. There's no going back here from now. Which means the pressure is going to start getting to you. You see, I thrive under the pressure. The pressure was made for someone like me. But you, it's going to eat you alive. You're not Rhea Bloody Ripley. because I have a point to prove to you. For the first time in a very long time, I go into a championship match with a mission statement. And that mission statement isn't to dominate my way through the division, rack up 10 victories as the champion. That statement isn't to try and prove that I belong at the top, because I know I do. My mission statement is to prove that I'm better than you, because a lot of people don't think I am. A lot of people think you're my replacement. It's a joke. It's a joke. So, the second that Kiana James introduced that 10 clause into the contract, sure, I went to see Bailey. I checked up on Dakota. But I knew who I really had my eyes on. And you kept keeping a hold of that championship. You overcame every single odds. Kim McQueen. No, Rhea fought Kim, not Florence. Sorry. You beat Ruby Riott. You beat Julia. Beat Liv. Gacy, the Paragon. None of those hold a candle to me. And at SummerSlam, August 18th, I finally sit back atop my throne. And Florence starts speaking. She goes, "What is this obsession you have with this belief that I'm your replacement? Rhea, we're barely anything alike. Okay, you're Australian, I'm British. Okay, you are that, I'm this. You know, we're both strong. We're both young. Is that it? Is that all it takes for you to think you're being replaced? Rhea, could it be possible that beneath this dominatrix look, this mommy's always on top thing, there's a little bit of insecurity when you see somebody else doing what you do and getting popular and winning championships? No, it couldn't be. You know, that's why you fought Jade Cargill fair and square, right? That's why you weren't concerned at all about Jade Cargill, and you needed outside interference from your little weird gothy friend to catch her off guard and steal her championship at WrestleMania. Oh, wait, no, that did happen. So I know how this goes, Rhea. You look and talk a big game. You're going to swagger your way down to the ring at SummerSlam thinking you've already won. Because most of the times in this division's history you have. But I know you've got something up your sleeve. Keep it there. Try and use it at SummerSlam. Because I know you. I can read you. You can bring your best, and maybe your best will be enough. And if your best is enough, then so be it. But something tells me you know it's not. Something tells me you've got another trick up your sleeve, whether it be Tatum Paxley or somebody else. And then Rhea, her face is like sort of like she's glaring like through Florence. Her lip starts like twitch. Like you can see she's like proper been rattled. Florence goes, "Look at you. I called your bluff." Because clearly when Jade Cargill was around here and was doing the same things we were, you took offense to that. And you thought that Jade Cargill was the new flavor of the month and you were going to get tossed aside. That's why you did what you did. That's not going to happen to me. You can't do that to me. Because I'm the Women's World Champion and I will remain the Women's World Champion. And then Florence stands up and like towers over... Rhea stands up, just towers over Florence even. She goes, "Do I look like somebody who's a coward?" And Rhea goes... Not Rhea. Florence just gets up, she takes her microphone off and she goes, "Again, brave face. Bring it. I'm not scared of you. And hopefully, you're not scared of me either." And she walks off. And Nigel goes, "Whoa, that got heated." She goes, "Shut up, Nigel." 77. Liv and Sonya pick up the win here tonight against Shotzi and Scarlett when Liv pinned Scarlett with the Oblivion. 71 for both Sonya and Liv, 51 for Scarlett, 65 for Shotzi. Yeah, nice little tag team win for Liv and Sonya, who sort of came together as friends because of the Sasha feud. And, you know, they've not really got anything else to do right now, so sure, let's keep them together, at least for a little bit. Then after the match, the witches appear on screen in a pre-tape. Oh, look at that, another big win for our little Jersey Devils. Because, let me make one thing clear, Liv. You may have beat me on Heat last night, but you're not better than I am. Okay? Now myself and Iona Webb, we are the most dominant tag team here on ECW, and you can find another friend. Hopefully this friendship goes a little bit better than the last one, when she caved your head in with a kendo stick. But, you know, if it's friendship you want, if it's a partner you want, sure. But you're never going to be as close and as good as we are. White 6 video. Uncle Howdy. You know, he puts his hand on the guy's leg, and he goes, "I know that must have left a big burden on your shoulders." And the camera pans up, and who sat there but Preston Vance? And he goes, "More than you could ever know." He goes, "Your brother, he guided Eric. He guided Brody." Let me see clips of Luke Harper on the screen. He goes, "Your brother helped make Brody the man that he is. Brody became a leader in that locker room because of the respect he'd garnered. And that's all your brother's doing. Brody, he owed his whole life to your brother. And now they're both gone." Then Uncle Howdy sort of leans over and goes, "And this Brody, what was he to you?" And Preston Vance just goes, "Brody, he handpicked me. Brody, I was a nobody before him. He picked me out of a crowd. His son picked me out of a crowd. And anointed me. Gave me the confidence to believe in myself. And then once he left, it's almost like all of that was forgotten. It's almost like people forgot. And I was left to rot away and do nothing. That's not Brody's legacy. Brody didn't anoint me. Brody didn't handpick me, his protege. Brody's son's favorite wrestler. For me to do nothing and sit back and waste away and waste those last deciding moments of Brody's life where he gave me that confidence. He believed in me. Just like your brother did to Brody. This thing you've got going on here, it's about more than just your brother's legacy. Tied to your brother's legacy is the legacy of the man who gave me my life. The man who gave me my confidence. And to that, I'll fight to the bitter end by your side. To save that legacy. To do what I can to prove and make him proud for believing in me." So yeah, Preston Vance, he's been in NXT for a while. Felt like the right fit because he was Brody picked. That's why when he was in the Dark Order, Brody picked him, and he is for shoot one of Brody Jr.'s favorite wrestlers and best friends because he was on the Brody tribute show. You know, he was in when Brody Jr. picked that tag team match. He picked Preston Vance, so he felt like an obvious natural pick. The first names I'd penciled in were Bo and Eric Rowan, and then Preston Vance, because he now brings a different angle about this because he wants to keep Bray's legacy intact because Bray did to Brody what Brody did to him. So yeah, Preston Vance in the Wyatt 7. I think we've got 2 more of these to go. One is with Susie herself, and then the final member who will be revealed next week. Speaking of next week, the first being the aforementioned Karrion Kross versus Apollo Crews match. You know, Karrion Kross called him out earlier on tonight. Let's see if Apollo can back up what he said. You know, he seems to believe in someone new, calling Karrion Kross a sinner. Let's see what that's all about next week. Plus, Paragon against House of Black once again. This time it's Kelsey Cook and Gacy Jane one-on-one after, JC's accomplice to Kelsey Cook's assault, both physically and verbally. Well, physically by Gacy, verbally by Adam Cole. And they're going to go one-on-one next week. And then also, speaking of the House of Black assaults, following their brief scuffle backstage, Aleister Black and the Gods Adonis True for Shante the Adonis go one-on-one on next week's episode of ECW. We also have a tag team match as, 2 second generations, well, however many generations of the fucking bloodline deep they are, versus the second generation Dudleys. Team Heyman and Team Russo going at it in tag team action. It'll be the Gorillas of Destiny against Terrell and Terrence Dudley on next week's episode of ECW. And then we have new matches set for SummerSlam. The first being for the ECW World Championship. It is official. Adam Cole Bay will defend that championship at SummerSlam against the House of Black's leader, Mr. Aleister Black. And then it's not really a new match, but we now know the official teams for Team Heyman against Team Russo at SummerSlam. It'll be Kevin Owens, Kyle O'Reilly, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, Hook, and the Dudleys against Austin Theory, Warden, Solo Sikoa, the Gorillas of Destiny, Matt Cardona, and Kurt Hawkins, with the winning team keeping ECW. Well, I was going to say forever, but not literally forever, but for the foreseeable. 90 rated main event. Solo and Kyle O'Reilly, their rematch from One Night Stand. I can't remember if 90 was better than the One Night Stand match. I'm sure Christian will tell me in the comments. Yeah. But there was a key thing here, was that no members of Team Heyman or Team Russo are allowed out here in this match. So Solo and Kyle O'Reilly go at it one-on-one. And Solo, he's in position for the spike. He goes for the spike, Kyle ducks the spike. Kyle bounces off him, he hits a drop kick. Solo staggers backwards into the corner. Kyle goes for a running drop kick. Solo moves out of the way and the referee does take a bump. But it's fine because, no members of Team Russo or Team Heyman, which includes, the Tongans, who will want to come out and help Solo. None of them are allowed out here. So, they just keep wrestling as the referee's down on the mat. Kyle O'Reilly has Solo locked on a knee bar. Solo does a tactical tap out. And, obviously the referee's down, who doesn't see it. Kyle goes over to the ref, turns around, Solo drops him for a super kick. Solo gets him up, he goes for a position for a spike, when the crowd starts going mental. And Solo, he's confused. He turns around, and Jimmy Uso delivers a super kick. Now, of course, Jimmy Uso, not a member of Team Heyman or Team Russo. So he appears, and he super kicks Solo. He leaves through the crowd. Well, he doesn't leave through the crowd, actually. He just stands at ringside watching on. The referee gets to his feet. Kyle O'Reilly drops Solo Sikoa with the Brainbuster. And the God is a 2-time television champion. 93 for Kyle O'Reilly, 87 for Solo. So yeah, Solo only won the belt. I only did the title change because, it was a plot device in this long-term story. But Kyle O'Reilly now has captured the ECW Television Championship, which means technically somebody who's not under contract to ECW has won a belt. And yeah, the show ends. That's when the rest of Team Heyman do come out. A united front celebrating with Kyle O'Reilly. Kevin Owens has him on his shoulders. He's friends with Kyle O'Reilly, so he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, the God, he's champion again. And Sheamus, Rey Mysterio out there, celebrating as well with the Dudleys, Hook, just chilling, looking cool with his hair in the corner. And then we just see, with the camera pans across, we see Jimmy Uso, on the stage. He's just, looking back at the ring with a smile on his face. And just nods to himself and then walks to the back. As we end the show with a new television champion, the God, Kyle O'Reilly. Once again, on top. 84 rated show. Yeah, we'll take that, especially when there was a lot of Russo segments on it. And yeah, this 7-on-7 match is the main event from ECW. I know there's a World Championship match and a Women's Championship match, and the World Championship match has been built out for a while, and the Women's Championship match is 2 big stars. But this 7-on-7 elimination match feels big time, and it's got Kurt Hawkins and Tonga Loa in it. But yeah, anyway, what matters more is what you thought of the show. Do let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'll see you next time for SmackDown, where we did learn last week that we will be getting Dakota and Io once again at SummerSlam for the World Championship in the main event. See you then. Okay, so we appear to have a bit of a problem on our hands here. It's not Trent Seven being on from WWE. That's intended. He's I don't even know why I had him. But the issue is, right, so what has happened here is that when I transferred over to the new game, like, any contracts that were set to expire within, like, the next, like, I think it's, like, anywhere between 2 to... I think, like, the lowest you can get, like, default contract at the start of a database is 1 month, and then it's 3 months. So any contract that was set to expire within that time period on the last game was just set to 1 month. So, like, when I turned the game on, a bunch of contracts were coming up. So, obviously, I extended all the ones on my roster. And then, for example, yeah, took some of the other... Maybe took 1 or 2 other AEW ones I wanted. But I forgot the game wouldn't notify me about the NXT deals, because technically they were already coming up, and, like, when you start the game, it would say they're in the last month for their deal. And I wouldn't get a notification about that. So, we've had a mass exodus of current NXT names, including Wendy Chu, and Apollo Crews, who obviously are in the middle of stories right now. Hello, just stopping by to say, ignore everything I said about Apollo Crews in this section here. I found a way to get him back, so he will be sticking around, but it's a lot of effort to do it, and I didn't really want to put it in for everybody. So, because I wanted him to stick around more, he will be sticking around. I've managed to keep him around, but the rest of these people have all, gone because of my ineptitude. Also, Teoman, apparently, who's somebody I wanted to put on Velocity at some point. Jiro, the Booty Twins, Sid Cottrell, Veer. Yeah, so all these people, JJ Gale, of Caden Carter, yeah, all these people are gone, and I can't get them back. So that's a bit of a problem. This has thrown a right spanner in my plans. Especially involving, the Wendy Chu story and the Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews just debuted 2 weeks ago, and he was, like, technically still in NXT, and I kept borrowing him. So now his deal's gone, and he's gone. So I guess we won't be getting him and Karrion Kross next week. But yeah, this is a bit of a problem that I now have to dig myself out of. So when you don't hear about Wendy Chu and Apollo Crews on TV anymore, this is why.